Everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns, and I have my Crosman A4-P, sort of the AR-15 M4 style pistol, because it doesn't have a rear stock, kind of neat configuration. If you haven't watched my tabletop video for this product, I have made that already, so if you want to see this gun up close in the video, specification, details, all that kind of stuff, then watch that video. Today we're going to test this gun out in the C-Can here, the Replica Airgun C-Can. We're going to chrono it first, so I'll get that going right now. And then I'm going to put probably 10 rounds into the paper target in semi-auto, and then the rest, the 15 rounds. So it's 25 round magazine. So I'll put the last 15 in full auto, see if it widens that, that grouping out. But we want to basically determine the velocity today and the accuracy at 30 feet using a rested position. So I do have brand new CO2, and I am using these Daisy BBs here. And these are nice, zinc alloy, zinc-coated BBs. They work really well. I'm not a big fan of the copper BBs. So we're ready to go. We're going to put this in semi-auto first. We've got everything ready. I hope my sight is sort of sighted in. I just basically put it on, and we're hoping for the best here. So I'm just going to kind of I've got a new target just so I know kind of where I'm shooting while I'm doing this test. So we can kind of get velocity here first, but then I'll have an idea of where I am on the target, and then I'll adjust for the accuracy portion. Okay, here we go. 367, 357. Looks like we're shooting high, but that's okay. 362, 347, 352. So right in the mid 300s. This gun is rated at 400 FPS. So, that's, I would almost expect a little higher, but it's not super warm in the C-Can. It's like 20 degrees Celsius. So it's not super warm, but on a warm day, you might get up to 400 FPS. This gun does have a slightly shorter barrel. At least it looks to be shorter externally. So internally, I would imagine it's shorter. So about 350 to 370 FPS, plenty fast enough. All right, so let's set up the brand new paper target. Looks like I'm shooting a little high, but I'll adjust my aim point with the sights here to try to accommodate that. All right, let's do that right now. All right, I've loaded up this magazine to the max again. I should have actually one in the chamber because this is a blowback gun. Typically one will kind of load in the chamber, or possibly with this gun. So I might have 25, 26 rounds in here. We're gonna shoot 10 rounds first into the target in semi-auto and see what kind of accuracy we can get. And then I'm gonna place the rest, so 15, 16 rounds in full auto, and see if that grouping spreads out a bit. This gun will rock around. I can't really shoulder place this gun, so I'm just gonna do my best to rest it on the target here, or on the pad here, this front pad, and just do my best. I'll put it up to my cheek a little bit, and we'll see if we can get some decent shots. So I am gonna shoot, I'm basically shooting just over the first ring on the bottom there, because I am shooting high with this, the way the sights are set up at the moment. So just to try and get closer to the bullseye. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, that's 10 rounds, put it in safe. I want to mention right now that you can kind of, I don't know if you can hear it, but as you're pulling the trigger back, it doesn't really, there's not a lot of travel, but you will feel a little click. And right when it clicks, it then is ready to release. So it sort of goes into a point. It's a bit firm. I wouldn't say it's a heavy trigger, but it's not a light trigger by any means. Very short, so very short take up. Get to this little clicky point where you hear a click, and then you know it's going to release right after that. So it's kind of neat. It's very predictable. Once you kind of know what's going on, it's very predictable. So what did we get here? Well, we had about an inch from side to side. If I was to get rid of these two outliers, I would say we had close to an inch grouping, but we did extend it more closer to 2 inches here. So whatever you want to call it, if you want to throw away those two, because a lot of times, it's me or whatever, the gun, the BB sometimes. So somewhere between an inch and 2 inches, we'll average it out 1.5 inches. Okay, so let's get back, throw this in full auto, and it's gonna probably buck a little bit. There will be a little bit of shoulder tapping or cheek tapping because this is gonna be rested on my cheek. We'll see what happens, see if I feel it. And we're gonna aim for the same area here and just let her go until she locks up. I love that. As you can see, bolt lock back, out of ammo. You can feel it on my cheek there nicely. You just gotta love the 1400 rounds per minute rate of fire. I mean, that's not bad. That's full auto. The gun's blowback. It's moving around, as you can see. You can probably see my cheek getting tapped there with the basically the buffer tube. Yeah, you gotta love these guns. Okay, it's not the most accurate gun, but for a full auto BB gun, it definitely gets the job done. That probably came out about 4 inches. So if you're shooting at something 30 feet away, you're probably gonna hit it with 1 or 2 or maybe 10 of those rounds, depending on the size of what you're shooting at. But pop cans don't really have a chance. That's what this gun's for. It's for, you know, action shooting. It's just for having fun in the backyard, really what it is. This is a neat gun. If you want something more compact, this would fit in a backpack nicely. You know, compared to the other AR series of Crosman AR guns that they have. Some of them are definitely more compact than others, but this is by far the most compact version. You know, maybe a little down on FPS just because of the shorter, more compact barrel, but a lot of fun and definitely powerful enough to blow away pop cans and the likes. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This is available in both our Canada and our US stores, so check out the links in the description. So replicairguns.ca for Canada, replicairguns.us for the US, where you have all kinds of products there: air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories. And I'll usually put a written review or some more comments in there over on the blog with additional photos at replicairguns.com. So check out the blog if you're interested in reading articles and taking a look at pictures and all that kind of stuff. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, take care.